gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Rumble match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 243 pounds, Muhammad Hassan. Introducing the individual who drew number 2, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, Randy.
This sold-out crowd is on its feet here in St. Louis, Missouri. Michael Cole, here with Taz at ringside.
I'll tell you, Cole, these WWE fans are so fired up, I'm having a hard time staying in my seat.
I'm with you on that, partner. We've got a great show here tonight for these St. Louis fans, and I can't wait to get started.
He slipped out of that one. I can't deny that the legend killer Randy Orton had a pretty...
I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
That's the bottom line, Cole. If you're not doing everything you can to win, then you're in the wrong game.
A textbook reversal. Can he follow up?
Conditioning is a huge factor in any match. If you can't go the distance, there ain't no way you're gonna win.
That's for sure, Taz. And the WWE Superstars are some of the best conditioned athletes in the world.
You know, leaving aside all of his personality problems, I think Muhammad Hassan is a real hot prospect, Cole. This kid can really make an impact.
And there's the reversal.
This has been a great match so far. I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved, Cole. But if you're gonna be snippy, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that easy, I would have said that years ago.
You feel like a real jerk when somebody counters you like that.
about a man who's done it all. There he goes, tossed out of the ring and out of this match.
And there's the counter, Cole. He likes fighting dirty, and it's easy to see why. He's pretty good at it.
He certainly is, and I hope he's proud of himself. Personally, I find it disgusting.
Someday, Cole, it's a reversal, Cole. I don't know, Cole.
That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead.
Man, this
Great reversal.
Michaels is getting up there, Cole. You know what? If he sticks around too much longer, the HBK is going to stand for has been.
I think that's, yes, it's an elimination.
Watch it. He reversed it. Look at these superstars go. It's obvious they've done their homework on each other.
That's for sure. This match might have been over by now if they had.
90% of a match is in the preparation, Cole. You gotta come ready for the battle. He dodged that bullet.
We've seen this before. He'll do whatever it takes to win and take every advantage he can.
Hey, no, that's not gonna make you popular, but you gotta do whatever it takes to win.
Nice reversal.
Randy Orton's a mouthy little punk, Cole, and that's exactly the kind of guy that superstars will line up around the block to get a shot at.
Orton's never backed down from the fight, Taz. His mouth might... What a reversal!
I love Ric Flair, Cole. I'm telling you, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I picked up a few moves from the...
He anticipated that move perfectly.
These superstars are pounding the heck out of each other. How much longer can they keep this up?
I don't know, Taz, but you can bet that it's going to get a lot worse before it's over. Victory means absolutely everything to these competitors tonight.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. You got any others like, I don't know, nobody wants to lose? Or how about this?
What a counter that was! Ric Flair certainly has earned the nickname the dirtiest player in the game. You can't dispute his accomplishments, but you can take issue with the way he achieved them.
Wow, great reversal. I think it's great that where Ric Flair is still active in the business after so many successful years. He's still got a lot to teach the younger superstars.
Like what? He saw that one coming.
And I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing left to give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford to either.
I'd love to know who's coming up with this stuff, Paul. Because it's shown out from personal experience, I know that.
It looks as if the damage may have been done here.
I think we're one submission move away from the end of this match. I think I've got a pretty good idea who's going to win this match, Cole.
I wouldn't be so sure, Taz. If there's one thing we've seen, it's that anything can happen here in the WWE. He was one step ahead on that one.
Boy, I'll tell you, hit the showers. You're out of the match. Nice quick counter. That was a textbook reversal.
This capacity crowd is certainly getting its money's worth here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too, Cole. If they're not buying tickets, we're not getting paychecks.
Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about selling tickets the next time we come back here. Not after a match like this.
Man, his opponent looked like a punk with that counter.
He's got this crowd solidly behind him. And now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see.
You can't just keep playing for the crowd, though, Cole. That's a huge distraction, in my opinion. Well, I think this one's pretty much a foregone conclusion. Not too tough to figure out who's going to win this one.
You know, this wouldn't be the first time you made a prediction that didn't pan out.
That's pretty funny. You know what I predict? You keep up with your mouth, you're going to have a permanent win.
And there goes the superstar.
You know, Cole, the more I watch this match, the more I'm thinking that there's some legitimate personal issues here between these superstars.
You might be right, Taz. After all, they spent the better part of the match beating the hell out of each other. It's hard not to take something like that personally. Look at these fans. They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got some bad news for these fans. He don't give a damn what you think.
When it comes to fan favorites, there's no...
Gotta be careful when you're going up there. I don't think the fans like that one too much. I'm sure this breaks this guy's heart.
It should. These fans are the lifeblood of WWE, and he doesn't give a damn what they think.
You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect superstars who stick within the rules and show some sportsmanship in the ring.
You gotta understand, Cole. I know it ain't exactly kosher, but you're putting your body on the line in there. You gotta do whatever it takes to protect yourself and pick up the win.
Taz, you're talking about two different things. Going outside the rules in the name of self-defense is one thing, but cheating to steal a victory and enhance your own career is something completely different.
I'll tell you what, right now, it is a good thing that
He's taking some serious damage. His opponent isn't fooling around here.
Yeah, no kidding. You can't let someone keep working you over like that.
How much can these superstars possibly have left?
They got as much left as it takes, Cole. Trust me. You get in that ring and you find out you got reserves you never knew you had.
I can imagine. Nothing pushes you to the limit quite like a WWE match.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I just think it's unfortunate whenever a superstar decides to cheat to win, rather than compete fairly.
Well, it looks like they're slowing the pace down a little bit here. That might not be such a good move.
I think these fans know what's coming next.
You know it, Cole. The FU. Man, get a load of that power. Oh, jeez, look at this. Pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum, Taz. He's bleeding all over the place. This one's getting ugly.
It's definitely not pretty, but it's definitely effective, Cole. Here's the deal. You make your opponent opponent bleed, and you got the psychological edge over him. Case closed.
Maybe so, but I'm more concerned about the risk to his physical well-being now that he's been busted open.
These superstars are beating the living hell out of each other, and these fans are eating it up.
It's what they came to see, Taz. And I think he may be looking to put his opponent away here.
Oh, man, look out below. What a huge power bomb. It's so great seeing these athletes compete here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime you throw these kind of...
He's building up a head of steam.
Oh, man, here it comes, Cole. 619.
Cena has risen through the Smackdown ranks faster than any other superstar in recent memory. I can't remember the last time I saw a superstar dominate the way Cena has.
Yeah, Cole, but you said it yourself. John Cena has shot up real quick. He ain't picked up the experience that a lot of other superstars have, and that could be a little bit of a problem for him.
Well, from where I sit, I haven't seen a lot of superstars give Cena much of a problem. He's held his own against some of the most talented veterans on the roster.
That's the problem, Cole. You're pulling it from where you sit. I've actually been in the ring, unlike you. And I'm saying back in my day, I would have loved to have been in the ring with a kid as cocky as Cena, because I would have took him to school.
A great many superstars have tried to do just that, Taz. But,
you know, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match. Rey Mysterio is so excited.
Oh, boy. Looks like someone's moving up in the world. Man, look at these superstars. You can't ask for a better example of what makes Smackdown so great.
You sure can. Smackdown's got the greatest superstars and the greatest matches for the greatest fans in all of sports entertainment.
Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
You sure can. They see everything, and they'll let you know about it.
This one could still go either way, Cole.
It sure could. It's not over until the referee calls for the bell.
Uh-oh. Looks like he's taking his opponent for a ride.
What an incredible powerbomb! He may have just broken his opponent in half.
Well, that narrowed things down a little bit. I think we know which way this one's gonna go, Cole.
Actually, Taz, from my perspective, I think it could go either way.
And what perspective would that be exactly? The perspective of somebody who has a neck that resembles a stack of dimes? That's the way you do it. Pick on an area and work it over.
That's what we've seen here tonight, and it's paying off. Oh my God! Look at the blood just pouring down his face.
Ha! I love it when these superstars just go in there and beat the holy high hell out of each other.
I don't know that I'd agree with that, Taz. I hate to see a superstar risk a serious injury like this. I don't know if this is such a good move. This could be disastrous.
Let me tell you, Cole, I spoke to these superstars before the match, and I ain't never seen competitors more fired up and ready to get it on.
Judging from how this match has gone so far, Taz, I have no trouble believing that whatsoever. It's been said before, but that doesn't make it any less true. Kane is pure evil to the core. This monster doesn't care about anyone or anything.
And you say that like it's a bad thing.
No, but there's more to being a WWE superstar than brutalizing your opponents. I don't think Kane knows that. Or if he does, he doesn't care. We've seen an excellent match so far, and it's not over yet.
Not by a long shot, Cole. And that's a good thing. I don't think we can ever get sick of watching these superstars go at it.
Me neither, partner. This one's got rematch written all over it.
Could be a finishing move right here. I think this proves without a doubt why Smackdown's the dominant brand in sports entertainment.
I can't help but agree, partner.
Tough luck. Guess he'll live to fight another day. I think Chavo Guerrero's great, Cole. I mean, really, I think the guy's phenomenal. And I think it's disgusting the way so many people are biased against him just because he wants to uphold the family traditions.
Those traditions are lying, cheating, and stealing, Taz. Of course you're going to be unpopular if you try to get away with those kinds of things.
Whoa, that's not good.
Not if you want to keep from tapping out, it's not. Will we see a finishing move right here?
Oh, come on, quit showing off. This is supposed to be a wrestling match, not a popularity contest.
We've seen this before, Taz. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff.
There we go. Out of the ring and out of the match.
These superstars are so unpredictable. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
Don't bother, Cole. I don't think you're going to be able to. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
And what a wild ride it's been so far, with no signs of stopping anytime soon.
How much longer are these superstars going to be able to keep it up?
Your guess is as good as mine, Taz. They're certainly not going easy on each other, that's for sure.
You know, the key to winning a match like this is to build some momentum. And you're not going to see a match won with just one or two moves.
No, but one or two big moves at a crucial point could change the direction of it completely. This is a big risk. Will it pay off?
You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
I've seen matches won and lost because of moves like this. Danny Basham's a real bull in the china shop, Cole, I'm telling you. You don't want to get in this guy's way.
True enough, but I've noticed that superstars who know how to handle Danny's raw power often get the better of him.
You know, this Doug Basham's a real cerebral superstar, Paul.
I think we're about to see a high-risk move from the top rope.
I gotta tell you, I didn't expect these guys to go off on each other the way they have tonight. This has been brutal, this match so far.
Well, Taz, it's not ballet, you know.
Oh, really, Cole? Gee, here I was wondering what happened to the pointy-toed shoes and the frilly little skirts. You know what? Maybe I should go check the closet.
He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
So, Cole, you got any predictions? Who you think's gonna win this one?
No way. I've seen you embarrass yourself with enough bad guesses that I'm not going to risk doing the same.
This is one heck of a match so far.
It sure is, Taz. What do you think the highlight has been so far?
Well, that'll probably come a little bit later on in the match, when you decide to shut your yap for a few seconds, and I can enjoy it in peace.
We'll excuse this capacity crowd is on its feet. It knows what's coming.
There it comes. Batista bomb. That'll break every bone in your body, Cole.
I think someone's been taking flying lessons, Taz. These superstars certainly aren't going easy on each other tonight. They sure are giving the fans their money's worth.
No doubt, Cole. These WWE superstars put their bodies on the line night after night.
And the fans sell out these arenas night after night, Taz. Sounds like a pretty fair trade to me.
No doubt what we're seeing here, these WWE fans are getting their money's worth.
If they don't yet, I'm sure they will by the end of the match.
Oh, man! Did you see that? He busted him wide open.
After that last shot, I'm not surprised. I hope the referee doesn't let this go on too much longer.
I don't get it. What, are you nuts or what? This match is just starting to get good now. I know we got his brother, The Undertaker, on Smackdown, but how great would it be if Kane was a Smackdown superstar? Oh, how cool would that be?
I don't think that's a very good idea at all, Taz. As a matter of fact, it's kind of terrifying.
You see, Cole, that's the reason why you would make a horrendous general manager. Someone talks about bringing one of the top superstars in the business to your brand, and you refuse because you think he's too scary? Man, Cole, I don't want this match to end.
I'm with you, partner, but it's got to end sooner or later.
Well, whichever way it goes, no one can say that these superstars didn't give everything they got.
That's one less superstar to deal with.
I ain't sure that London's worth enough to be wrestling here tonight, Cole. I mean, we know the kid's nuts, but he seems especially out of it tonight.
It's all part of Paul London's style, Taz. How do you prepare for a match against a superstar who will go to absolutely any lengths to win a match?
Oh, God. He tried to hang on, but not hard enough. He's out.
These superstars are clearly giving it their all tonight.
Not a surprise there at all, Cole. I mean, tell me the last time that you saw a WWE superstar only go halfway.
I don't think I ever have, Taz. Everyone on the roster gives 110%. If they didn't, they wouldn't be here.
Man,
And this match is over for that superstar.
Batista has had lots of success so far.
This superstar is all firing up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well, tell you what, one mistake and we're going to see that fire go out pronto. These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have, and that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
No doubt, Cole. There ain't no way you're going to win a match if you're out of gas 2 minutes into it.
You can say that again. I've seen matches won and lost simply because one superstar was able to outlast their opponent.
There's a dude with guts. These top rope moves are risky. far.
How could you not be impressed, Taz? These are some of the greatest superstars in the world doing what they do best.
Hey, slow down, girl pants. I went into this expecting a good match. I'm just saying, it's even better than I thought it would.
I know exactly what you mean. These superstars certainly are pulled. There he goes! This one's over for him!
Seeing a match like this makes me proud to be part of this company.
I'm with you, partner. You just can't experience a thrill like this anywhere else.
And that's because you ain't gonna see athletes like this anywhere else.
You certainly aren't. They're the greatest athletes in the world. And this is the only place you'll see them doing what they do best.
Nick, this is dumb. Why is he risking everything by going up there?
The pride in the hearts of these competitors might be the only thing that's keeping them going.
And driving powerful emotion. But when you just plain run out of gas, there's nothing in the world that can keep you going.
Well, it doesn't look like they're running on empty quite yet, but you never know when that could change.
It's obvious these superstars have studied each other real carefully, Cole.
No question about that, Taz. You won't last long against an opponent you haven't done your homework on.
Look at the fans, Cole. They know what he's up to.
Oh, my God! What a Batista bomb! The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this bad boy right down the middle.
You talk about raw power. You can't let your opponent continue to work over the same area of your body.
Not if you want to win the match, you can't. You just don't see action like this every day, Cole.
You sure don't, Taz. And we've got the best seats in the house.
No doubt, front and center. You couldn't be any closer to this match without being in it.
Whoa, that's your territory, partner, not mine. I'm perfectly happy staying right where I am.
I'll tell you, all the WWE superstars are legit tough guys. But these superstars are really raising the bar here tonight.
They sure are, Taz. We're seeing some great intensity here tonight.
And that's the name of the game, Cole, intensity. You gotta
Look at this. Could it be?
You're damn right it is, Cole. And that's a heck of a finisher right there.
He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off?
I'll tell you, Cole, this is what the WWE is all about.
You're out, and there's an elimination.
This could be big, but it could backfire real bad, too.
I can't believe he hasn't given up yet.
It's not going to last much longer, I'm telling you. He's hurting bad.
What an awesome presence is the Big Show. 7 feet tall, 500 pounds. There's no question why he's one of the most dominant superstars on the Smackdown roster.
Yeah, but you know, it's real easy to rely too heavily, pardon the pun, on that huge size advantage. And that could make you look...
He just eliminated him with authority.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard.
You know, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others.
Hey, you know what, Cole? If you're going to get on your high horse again and give us another lecture about playing fair, I swear to God, I'm going to throw up.
Is it so wrong to ask a superstar to play by the rules, Taz? That doesn't seem to be so unreasonable to me.
That's because you never competed in a match, Cole. If you did, you know that you gotta do whatever it takes to win. If that means bending the rules a bit, well then, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Oh man, here it comes.
And that might be the end of the match right there. There's a reason that's called a finishing move.
You know, we've seen some pretty good back-and-forth action here, but you don't see too many matches end that way.
No, you don't. And I think we'll see one superstar dominate the match before it's over.
I gotta say, Cole, when I first heard about this match, I wasn't sure what to think, but these superstars are blowing me away right here.
Really? As soon as I heard about it, I expected a tremendous matchup. And I haven't been disappointed.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm not disappointed, but I'll talk about getting stuck with you as a broadcast partner. Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. Going up the turnbuckle hurts a heck of a lot less than coming down from the turnbuckle. I never stopped being impressed by Kurt Angle, a multi-time WWE champion, an Olympic gold medalist, an Intercontinental, United States, and WCW champion.
I know, Taz, we've heard it all before. Angle never...
He's going up, and what goes up must come down. I think they're slowing their pace down a little bit, Cole, and that's a good way to refocus your energy, but you also give your opponent time to recover. That's not good.
It certainly isn't. But if you try to rush things, you could wind up making a critical mistake that could cost you the match. I don't think there's any superstars on the roster who wouldn't love to have the size and strength advantage of the Big Show.
Yeah, but the thing about that is when you're the size of the Big Show, you're the odds-on favorite in every match, so the pressure's on you to win. And if you win, you're just living up to everyone's expectations. But when you lose, it's a huge upset. You almost can't win.
I wouldn't say that, Taz. Most WWE superstars know how to neutralize any size advantage. And it's still impressive whenever Big Show beats them, as I think he may well do here tonight.
Man, what a ride! It took him all the way out of the match. These superstars are showing some great intensity here tonight, and that's what the WWE fans came to see.
That's for sure, Taz. And the #1 rule here on Smackdown is to send the fans home happy.
These superstars give everything they got when they're in a match like this. But a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice behind the scenes also.
No question. If you want to make it in the WWE, you've got to sacrifice just about everything for your career. It has to be as important to you as anything else in your life.
Cole, what you got to realize, to make it in the WWE, this is not a job. This is a lifestyle. That's why you see so much passion for what they do in the ring.
And that's something you won't see anywhere else. With all due respect to every athlete and entertainer out there, no one gives as much of themselves to their fans as the WWE superstars. Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole. You know, you should let me train you. You could be Cruiserweight champ in like a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Duh. They're just training people to go to war. I train them to be WWE superstars.
Well, thanks but no thanks, partner. I think I'll stick to announcing for now.
Man, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears shed in that ring over the years.
And if these superstars have their way, there's going to be a lot more shed here tonight.
You know, I know I say this a lot, Cole, but this is not ballet. You step between those ropes, you better be prepared to take some punishment.
And to dish some out as well. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar win a match by being a tackling dummy. I was afraid it was only a matter of time before he did something like that.
Hey, it's like they say, Cole, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Top rope moves can win or lose you the match. There's very little middle ground.
I'll tell you, anyone who thinks this business is a piece of cake, they should get in the ring with these superstars.
I don't think anyone would last too long against them. These are trained WWE professionals.
Looks like they might be taking this match down a notch here, Cole.
The pace of the match may have slowed, but the intensity of these superstars certainly hasn't.
You can say that again. Waiting for your opponent to make a move or give an opening can be just as intense as putting them through a table.
And whether or not you have that kind of patience often means the difference between winning and losing a match.
This is not just a match anymore, Cole. These superstars have got a legitimate beef with each other.
They do indeed. There's a lot of bad blood here for sure.
And if this keeps up much longer, that bad blood's gonna wind up all over the place. This ain't about winning or losing anymore, Cole. This has become real personal.
Well, with the way they've been beating the hell out of each other, I'm not surprised. He picked up a very hard-fought victory here. I hate to see this match end like this. I was really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too, Cole.
Here's your
Ever since this
winner.
match was made, I've been wondering who would win. Kurt.
Well, unless we get a rematch, I guess we'll never know the answer to that one, Taz.